So this story is about my Andrew. He was born 10 days before Christmas and had the most cute little Santa suit that he barely fit in because he was little. We found out when he was in his 20s that he was lactose intolerant. And now to have any dairy, he has to have a lactate pill or something. Well, that explains why nursing him was not working to keep him fed, and formula and bottles weren't really filling him up and giving him any benefit. I know being lactose intolerant was a thing back then. I just didn't know it was my kid, and neither did the doctors. Andrew refused to do anything on schedule, still doesn't. He never did crawl. He rolled. He would roll into furniture and walls, and when that made him mad enough, he would sit up tripod-like and then take his little plump legs and just scoosh, 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 and I called it boot scooting. And then he had more control over his direction. He was over 2 before he even thought about taking steps. And it was just like from me to grandma, me to a sister, me to the couch, me to dad. He didn't really pick up on that very well. Very quickly, now he does. He's played football, he's wrestled, he's been in band, he's done everything. He's a normal kid that's on the spectrum, but he just didn't do things in a timely manner. And he didn't want to talk very much. And I don't know if it was because I was too busy as a student and I wasn't paying him enough attention. And if that's the case, I apologize. But I think it was just Drew doing Drew in his own time. One night when we were in Nebraska, I had graduated grad school, so it's about 2000, and he's not quite 3 yet. He just mastered going up and down the stairs 1 step at a time. And anyway, he would cry at dark 30 and want something to drink. And if I guessed incorrectly, the tears would get melodramatic. Oh my God. So one morning I said, this is stupid. I know sign language. I can teach him. So I got 3 sippy cups, put them on the kitchen counter, put milk in one, water in one, and juice in the other. I said, all right, kid, this is water. And I gave him this cup and I said, drink. And he drank, and it's like saying water. So it's a W on the chin, and so he signed water. And I'm like, good job. Put that up on the shelf, and I said, this is milk. Milk from a cow, like milking a cow. Just sign that. And so he squeezed his hand together, and I gave him the milk to drink so he could taste, brain, hands, mouth. Milk. Okay, cool. That worked. And put that back on the shelf, and then I gave him juice. And I don't know what kind of juice I had. It was probably Kool-Aid, but juice. And that's orange, but we just did that for every juice, because he was a baby, still in diapers. So we had the sip of the juice, signed juice. I said, okay, which one do you choose one? And he'd sign milk. So I'd give him the cup, and he'd drink the milk. And he goes, good job, yay! I said, now choose a different one. And he'd choose juice. And so, I give him the juice. And we just really reinforced those 3 flavors and those 3 signs. The next night, when he cried and wanted something to drink, I said, you have to show me with your hands. Tell Mama with your hands what it is you want to drink. And he did. And I went and I fetched the correct beverage, and the drama stopped. Communication. Oh my gosh, right? All we have to do is be willing to open our eyes and our ears and pay attention. What does this child need to communicate? He needed 3 signs, and that's probably all he still knows. Although he does sign 3 when he's counting. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm proud of him for that. I even taught sign language to like a 2nd grade class, 3rd grade class, when we came back from Nebraska, and I was working as a service coordinator. I went in like every Tuesday before lunch, and I taught his whole class sign language. They were also learning Chinese. He doesn't remember any of that, but 3rd grade was a day or 2 ago. So this kid, like I said, he played football when we were in Nebraska. Nope, where were we? We were in Glenns Ferry, Idaho. I had moved out there with my most recent husband, my most recent ex-husband. And he went to school freshman year, and he could take a hit. And he'd give a hit, but he usually could take a hit and then bounce right back up. Because this kid is kinesthetically, oh my gosh. So like when we went to a church I know I'd switch stories on you, I'm ADHD. We went to this church and they had a band. And he would stand up on the platform and bounce down. It was like a 2-step platform. And he would stand on the 1 step and then he'd bounce down and land on his diapered butt. Just thunk. That was in 99, 2000. And he would just thunk and get that deep impact. And going to school and learning all kinds of things, I'm like, deep impact. All right, kinesthetic. He liked the pressure. He liked the weight. He still has a large collection of big stuffed animals that were way bigger than him when he was a baby, that he could snuggle with and use their weight to help him decompress. Because we know now, we should have known then, but the child is autistic. He's on the spectrum. And deep weight, no crawling, boot scooting, not wanting to talk on time, going to physical therapy, going to speech therapy. When he first kicked a ball from a walking position, you would have thought the therapist had won the lottery. It took him forever to be able to walk, kick, and not fall down, not miss, not whatever. You're like, wow. But he was successful, and he played football. Playing football. So he got this hit once that would have rung anybody's bell. And when he got up off the floor, kind of, shook it off a little bit, the coach clanged his knees together, went clang, 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 indicating that my child has balls of steel, which pretty much sums him up. So much that he is, oh my gosh, there's a horse and buggy. It says share the road. I'm so excited to see a Mennonite or something. Amish, that's a word. So anyway, he had balls of steel. He wrestled, but he wouldn't get really good at pinning kids until he got mad. And when he got mad, he would get mad. He is the sweetest, kindest, most generous boy I've ever met. He married a girl just so she could get custody of her kids. They weren't married 2 full years, but he just did that to help her. Who does that? She didn't even need a green card, but he did that. He's in Michigan now, living his best life, I hope, and I just want the world to know that I love Andrew and that I miss him, and he needs to call his mama more often.